Hi, I'm Loretta Barra, and we're going to be painting from our watercolor kit today. It's one of the Christmas kits. I'm going to do the hot cocoa. I think that'll be a lot of fun. There are the two other paintings that come in that kit, and the size of the paintings that you're going to get are 8 by 10. It's on watercolor paper, 90 pound. I'm going to be working on a smaller piece of paper today just to show you how to use these watercolor paint strips, the color chart, and you're going to have a blank piece of paper that comes in your kit to use as a little palette like I do right here. We're going to use that. I like to tape down my watercolor paper onto poster board or whatever table area you're working on so that it doesn't ripple quite so easily, because paper will ripple unless you have really heavy duty watercolor paper, 300 pound, then it won't. And there are other things you can do to stop it, but you don't have to do it with this paper. There's something called sizing, and you can look on YouTube to see how to size watercolor paper, but we're not doing that today. We're going to have some fun. So I've got my brush. You get a brush with your kit. I'm going to get my brush wet. I want to start with the cup, and that's red. Let's see what color red came in your kit and see if we like it. So I've got my brush wet. I've got the red paint right here. We're going to put it on the palette. See what color that is. That's a good color. Let's use that. Let's get more paint. Okay, let's paint. Now, one thing about watercolor paper is it's white. We don't usually use white watercolor paint. So you just paint around what's going to be white and leave it blank. So I've got little circles on there. I'm just going to paint around them. So I'm just going to be filling this in with the red. So I've been painting. Now what I do is sometimes I'll just put my brush in water and pull some of the paint where I have a lot of it and bring it to another part of the painting, because I had a lot of red paint right here. So I'm pulling it with my brush that was just clean water on the brush, and I'm bringing that paint in here. And here in Idaho, things dry really fast, the watercolor paint. So I don't like it when I see these lines. So it's a matter of working quickly with your watercolor. If you're in a dry area, try to work quickly. When you have big spaces like this, I've got to add a little more of the red color on my palette, and I'm going to bring a little more red in here. Okay, try to smooth it out a little. Once it dries, you can go back with a second coat, and that's called glazing. If you ever hear people say they were glazing their watercolor, it's coming back with another coat of paint. Sometimes you use a different color. Okay, and now we've got to do the handle. Now where there's like a highlight, you can leave a white space for the highlight. Leave a couple of them if you want. I need a little more red. Now the kits, you have 2 strips, paint strips, and that's more than enough paint for your 3 paintings. You'll notice you won't even use a whole strip for 1 painting. You won't even use 2 of them for all 3 paintings. But if you have a problem, reach out to me. You shouldn't have a problem with how much paint you've got. I mean, I've barely used any of it just for this whole thing. Okay, now I've got to come around the rim of the cup with my red, so carefully. And what else do we have that's red? The candy cane. Okay, let's get a little more red from here. I think I'll take a little more from here, from the paint strip, and we'll paint the candy cane stripes carefully. So we have the cup and the candy cane. That's done. Let's work on the cream. If you notice, we're leaving part of it white and the other part is kind of a light brownish peach color. So let's look and see where peach is. We can get like a peach with the pastel orange and blue. Let's try that. Let's put some orange on our palette. It's orange, but it's really yellow. They call it orange. And a tiny bit of blue, and let's see what we get. Tiny bit of blue. I always have a paper towel nearby too, because I like to wipe off my brush so I don't have too much water. Okay, let's see. Well, that made green, so I don't think that's right. Why would it say that? It does not make orange. Let's try the yellow, and we'll put some red, and then we'll put a little of the green. There we go. That's kind of a brownish color. I think I want it a little lighter, so let's try a little more of the yellow pastel orange in here. Let's see what we get. It's kind of too green. So once again, we're playing with colors till we get one that we like. I'm adding some red, and that to me looks like a pretty good orange. Just for the whipped cream, I want it to be very light, so I'm cleaning off my brush. I'm just going to take a little bit, and there we go. We got that color. Just a matter of playing around with the colors, and that's why you have a little palette, is so that you don't put it directly on your painting. You wait until you find the color you like. And you do this with real watercolors too. These are watercolor strips, but it's the same technique on your palette with your watercolor. If you have big watercolor pans or tubes, you always play with the colors, get a piece of paper and test it before you put it directly onto your painting, and see if you get the color you like. So I like that. We can put a little of that color in here. Even though it's white, we just want to add a little bit of color. Put some through here. That's going to be a darker brown, but I'm just adding some color in the white. And to make a darker brown, now we got kind of a light brown. Let's try a little more of the green and see what happens. Okay, green in here. That's a little too green. So we'll add a little more of the red. And maybe we'll do some blue, tiny bit of blue. I'm just playing with the colors. There we go. Okay, I used red, I used green, and I used blue. And we got our chocolate brown. You're gonna feel like a mad scientist painting with just a few colors and making all the colors you need. There we go. And then blue in the background. So it's just the blue color, and I'm going to put it on the palette. Oh, pretty. I'm just going to come in and do the shadow part here. So the reason I do the video and I don't know exactly how to make the color that I'm telling you about, it's because I want you to see the process. You know, instead of me doing it and practicing, oh, there we go, there's the exact color. I want you to see how you can just keep playing with the colors and have fun with them. And it just just makes you realize that it's just a fun thing to do. You've got your palette, you can keep playing with it, and I like that. I think it turned out good. Thanks for watching, and have fun with these art kits. You get everything. You get a brush, you get your paint strips, you've got your chart, you've got your 3 paintings, reference photo. They're a lot of fun. So if you would please consider leaving a like and subscribe, and that way you'll get notifications every time I put more videos out. Thank you for watching.